looks like we're live. Hello and welcome to Component Rescue Board Repair. My name is Harrison and today we will be fixing an 820-3115 board with no power. So I know I've had a few videos over the past week or so and none of those boards have turned out any good, but hopefully this one should be fixable. So we'll go ahead and get this hooked up to our power supply. Okay, looks like we're drawing 0.12 amps, and I don't know if you guys can see this, but there is a green light on the charger. So if this is drawing 0.12 amps, that means it has started the process of turning on, but has not finished. So I'm going to go ahead and take a few measurements just to kind of see where we are. So right here on that little white thing right there, that's going to be the fuse for PP bus G3 hot. So let's go ahead and measure that, see what we're getting. See 12.6 volts, so that's good. So we know it's not some kind of problem with PP bus G3 hot. So for this board, probably what we're going to have to do is go through all of the different power rails on the computer and figure out which one is missing. So there we go. There's the schematic. Let's find the list of all the power rails or alliances. Here they are. Okay, let's get zoomed in a little. So I know PP bus G3 hot is there, since I just tested for that one. This one is pretty much the same as PP bus G3 hot. I won't test that. I may come back to that if I can't figure out anything else wrong. This one right here is the same thing. I know PP342 is there. Because we have a green light on the charger, and I also know PP18VDCN is there, otherwise there wouldn't be any voltages anywhere. So the next thing I want to check is PPVRTC G3 hot, which that is going to be what comes from the clock chip to turn the computer on. I believe that's going to be one of these pins maybe on this chip right here. So this U2600 is the clock chip. That's going to be one of these pins. Let's see, it looks like it's on pin 1. So let's go ahead and get this board flipped over. And oh boy. Oh boy. See, this doesn't look too bad to you guys. Well, maybe it does. But from here, from my view, I can barely see anything. And oh, what is that? Is that some corrosion I see? Aha. So maybe that's our issue with this computer. So let's go ahead and just check this area for corrosion. First though, I'm going to blow it off so I can actually see what I'm looking at. Okay, there we go. So that's going to be this little area right over here, which it looks kind of disgusting there, but I don't really see anything that would be keeping that voltage from being there. Let's kind of inspect this area of the board though for liquid, and I'm going to check under this speaker on the board. Wow, this one does not want to come off. Okay, there we go. Now we got that speaker off. So let's see. This right here looks like a bit of corrosion to me. What do we have everywhere else? Oh, what is that? That's not supposed to be there. There shouldn't be any liquid on this at all. Well, I had gone over this board just to see if it was liquid damaged or not beforehand, and I didn't see anything. But now looking at this under the microscope, there may actually be a small little bit of liquid damage on here. Could that be causing the problem? Who knows? Could this tiny little bit of corrosion right there, oh, that's a little out of focus for you guys. There we go. Could this tiny little bit of corrosion be what's causing this to excuse me, to not work? Let's switch over to here real quick. And let's just see what that component is for. So that's going to be, I believe, this component, maybe? Yes, it's going to be this right here. That's on PP3V3SO. And hey, would you look at that? There's corrosion between that and the ground pin. I wonder, what if let's go ahead and add a tiny bit of flux right there. Let's get this peeled off. We'll add a tiny bit of flux. And normally I would just touch this up with the hot air, but since this is right next to both the PCH and the DCN connector, I don't really feel like messing around with that. There we go. Switch you guys back over to the board. So I added a little bit of flux there. Like I said, normally I would use my hot air to clean this up, but I don't really feel like messing with it that much since it's so close to the DCN connector. I don't feel like completely taking all of this apart just to get to that. Oh man, that's stinky. Let's get a little closer to the air filter. Okay, there we go. That looks all nice and cleaned up. Let's see if maybe that was all it needed. was for that little connector to be resoldered. So let's go ahead and plug this in. And I'll just plug this into my regular MagSafe. See, we get a green light. And hey, would you look at that? Here we go. There's the fan right there. Plug this in. And look at that, we get a fan spin. So it looks like those two tiny corroded contacts must just not have been making very good contact right there. So let's see what those were for. Those were for PP3V3 SO. Did I switch over? Yeah, I did. So this looks like, aha. So this looks like the circuit that enables PP1V5 SO. So since that wasn't getting power to turn on, it wasn't telling this power rail PP1V5 SO to turn on. And because of that, the computer couldn't finish booting up. And now once we resoldered those connectors on this little chip right here back onto the board, looks like it's working fine. So there we go. What a nice successful board repair, and I hope you guys enjoyed the stream.